Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving all praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. The real name of the Father is Yahweh, which means He exists. The real name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means He will deliver because He will deliver His people. I want to give all praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east towards Jerusalem. Call halal, la, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwatash, Barakata Yahweh. Barakti Yahushai, the water. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to 144,000. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, or the descendants of the slaves identified as the so-called African Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. Slakia. My name is Makala, and today I want to talk about work. All right, Isaiah 19, verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. All right, the Lord is about to get rid of many jobs in America, all right, which is spiritual Egypt, according to Revelation. All right, major brewers slash jobs and latest round of layoffs. All right, in separate statements last week, two major global brewing companies announced significant workforce reductions as they respond to shrinking demand, higher costs, and a need to streamline operations. Chicago-based Molson Coors said it will cut approximately 400 salaried jobs across its Americas business, representing about 9% of its Americas workforce by the end of December. All right. They projected a 3.4% drop in full year net sales and a 12.15% drop in pre-tax earnings, pointing to dip in beer demand and rising input costs, including aluminum tariffs impacting can production. All right, and that's because people got less money to drink, man. They're spending their money on more important things like food. All right, the economy is messed up. So people are spending the money on more important things like their rent and food. Dutch brewing giant Heineken announced that it will cut around 400 jobs at its Amsterdam headquarters as it advances its evergreen 2030 five-year growth strategy. Consumers are shifting preferences away from traditional beer in some markets, opting for alternatives or reducing consumption. Me personally, I stopped drinking beer. Like I might drink a beer like once in a blue moon in a social setting. Somebody offers me a beer or something or whatever. I'm with family and they're drinking or whatever. But I switched to yayan, all right. To actually yayan is alcohol. I switched to wine, man. All right. I switched to wine because wine, it makes it has a higher alcohol volume. So, all right, you feel nicer. I mean that's the main point of drinking, right? So you could feel nice. You don't drink because of the taste of it. I mean, some people do, but shit, I drink to feel nice. So yeah, I could feel nice for even less with a bottle of wine. And some people are figuring that out. All right, Paramount to cut roughly 1,000 workers in U.S. on Wednesday, with another 1,000 soon to follow. All right, Paramount is planning to lay off about 1,000 workers Wednesday, with an additional 1,000 to follow at a time still being determined. Sources familiar with the plans tell Deadline. All right, so your movie studios getting hit. Right, fight over government layoffs continues as shutdown drags on. A federal judge in San Francisco will weigh Tuesday whether to indefinitely halt the Trump administration's mass layoffs of federal employees during the government shutdown. All right, and this judge only has jurisdiction in California. All right, it says roughly 4,000 federal employees have received layoff notices since the government shutdown began on October 1st, including those working for the Treasury Department and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, all right, which they deserve it for being demons. It said roughly 300,000 federal workers should be gone from the government by the end of the year, noting that 80% of those departures are voluntary, all right, because they took Trump's buyout offer. And they feared they would be fired if they didn't leave, so they took that severance package, and now they're out of a job. Here's what we know about the 30,000 layoffs Amazon is planning: the positions, reasons, and timing. To add to the already struggling U.S. economy and society, Amazon is preparing to eliminate up to 30,000 corporate level roles starting this week. All right, and you got these robots and AI Johnny number five, all grown up. They got people doing that, and that's like such a simple like maneuver. It's put in a box on a conveyor belt. The robot is doing that. And look at that. Amazon now has over 750,000 robots deployed. Each robot packer in a warehouse can replace 24 workers. They cost $1 million each and recoup the costs in just 2 years. Hey, yo, brothers better start. All brothers ain't really got to do nothing because Lord got brothers' backs. But I mean, it'd be a good idea to learn how to fix robots, right? Mechanical engineering. Our Target, GM, Ford announced more layoffs as total U.S. job cuts for 2025 approaches 1 million. Our U.S. retailer Target announced 1,800 cuts to corporate jobs on Friday, the latest attack in the ongoing war on jobs in the United States and internationally. War on jobs. War on jobs is just that they don't have enough money, so they got to cut costs. Well, actually, they do got enough money because they be paying these CEOs millions of dollars, and which they could. Why don't they just get a cheap CEO? Get a CEO, and pay him well, but not no several $1 million, man. Are they really worth several $1 million? I'm pretty sure you could find like a Harvard Business School graduate or a Yale Business School graduate that'll be that'll be happy to do the job for a fraction of what you're paying them CEOs right now. And then you could use that money to to save your workforce. But whatever, man. All right, these people ain't really this because they're not doing none of that because the Lord is getting ready to do away with all this. All right. And other recently announced layoffs include 1,000 workers at cable giant Charter, 1,400 or 4% of the workforce at chip equipment maker Applied Materials. And 600 at the risk division of Meta, the parent company of Facebook, 100 at Google's cloud, the computer division, 200 at Texas Instruments, as the company closes the fabrication line in Dallas. Hundreds of layoffs, hundreds of layoffs at major universities across the U.S., according to Forbes. The causes include slumps in enrollment, fallout from the various federal cutbacks orchestrated by the T administration. Can't even say the devil's name anymore. Nero 47. 153 positions at Montclair Public Schools. Right. So they said so far in 2025 there have been 946,426 job cuts as of September. It's almost a million people. You know what's a million people unemployed, man? That affects the economy. All right. I'm gonna end it with this. Remember now, Ecclesiastes 12 verse 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, that time is near. All right, matter of fact, it's here right now. All right, the keepers of the house that represents the accountants, all right, the people who manage the finances of the house. Right, they're nervous because they're seeing the economy. Like accountants are like some of the first people to see the economy going down because they're the ones in charge of the money. Right, the grinders cease because they are few, very few jobs. All right, AI, robots replacing jobs, and the door shall be shut in the streets. All right, businesses closing up shop, declaring bankruptcy. All right, they're not just these articles are just companies cutting jobs, but there's also a lot of companies shutting down. Man. Right, in these recent years, there's a lot of companies have gone bankrupt. It's thousands of jobs lost. Right, and this is all prophetic. Right, this is all the Lord's work, and this is what the Lord is going to do. Right, he's going to destroy America's economy before he destroys America itself. And I'm going to leave it there. I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.